everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a really long time since I posted a video, and what I mean by that is it's been 2 months, 2 whole months, and actually that's about how long it was since I posted the one before that, from the one before that one. So I'm gonna try to change that. I've been real lazy with it. I really haven't been wanting to make a video, and I want to say it's because of the simple fact that it's easier for me to just do this stuff without even taking out the camera and stressing about how I can make this look informative or entertaining to watch some way and stuff like that. But you know, I figured, what the heck, we'd make a video and just go through what I got here and slowly get back into the groove of things, because I kind of want to make a video, and I feel kind of bad that 152 people have subscribed to me, and where's the video at? So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this. This is a 1987 Kawasaki Bayou 300. I bought this sucker for $200, and none of the panels were tightened down on it. None of them at all. They were just kind of free and on them. They didn't have any bolts in them. They didn't have any of the clips or anything like that. So I got quite a bit of work to do, and what I'm trying to do is just fix it up and flip it. Now, I didn't get a title for it, or a bill of sale, so it's going to be kind of difficult, but there are some people out there who just don't care, and I've got all the proof that I'm fixing this thing, and so I don't really care. Either way, I'm going to have a good running four-wheeler, whether it gets sold to somebody or not, you know. But what are we doing today? This thing has a low compression problem. It'll get up to about 30-40 pounds and it won't build anymore. And anybody who knows anything about compression, it needs to be higher for anything to actually combust and do anything of the sorts. And I've tried to do this before, and this is kind of what got me off of not wanting to make videos anymore. And it's really all my fault. I should have done this, but I thought the whole problem was, the rings. It was just old, and the rings were worn down, and it was having a bunch of blow by, and it was just getting past the rings. I was wrong. That was not the problem at all. And I made a whole video about me taking all this off, replacing the piston and cylinder, and getting all the rings cocked in the correct direction to get the best compression you can. Well, I put it all back together, and I put the compression tester on it, and it was the exact same thing. And I gave up. I gave up on it. I didn't want to do this anymore. So, I'm back, and I'm actually going to diagnose the problem this time correctly, and we're going to figure it out together. And this is just going to be a short video, really, because I know exactly what the problem is now. I want to show people how to do this. It's real simple, and you're going to learn about it in this video right here. So, without further ado, let me quit rambling, and I'll finally get started. And we're going to start with getting this motor in top dead center. So, let's go do that. Okay, if you come over to this side of the bike, you're going to grab yourself a flathead screwdriver. And I'm going to bring you down here with me. If you look right here, there is a cap. You're going to take that off with your flathead. Make sure to put a lot of pressure down because it is pretty difficult. Okay. And you don't want to strip it out, that's for sure. It really makes a sucky day, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I would imagine. This thing has sat outside in the wild for a long while, a couple of months actually. So there shouldn't be water in it, but if there is, I just got to be prepared for it. This worked before I left it outside uncovered for a long time. We're going to pull this. You're going to see a line come up on this deal right here. And you're going to line it up. Well, you can't see that. You're going to line it up with that mark right there. There's a little line on the threads. You're going to line it up with that. Now I want you to understand that it's going to be really easy to pass. Really easy to pass. Alright, that's it right there. I'm glad I didn't pass it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is you're going to take your spark plug wire off. And one thing I want you to know, if you're going to work on one of these things and you've already bought it, don't leave it outside. I'm dumb. I shouldn't have done this. I don't know why. I didn't prepare it correctly. But now I got to deal with the consequences of my actions, and my profit is going to be smaller than what it would have been. So go ahead and loosen up your spark plug. That was due. Here's another reason you don't want to leave it outside. This was a brand new spark plug, and look at all that corrosion. Terrible. Don't worry, I got like 8 more. I bought a package with an air filter, and it came with like 3 spark plugs. I don't know why. It just did. So this right here is a decompression button, and you're going to want to make sure that is down so you can get an accurate measurement. And the reason we're taking out the spark plug now, since it is at top dead center, actually I need to confirm that, and the way I'm going to do that is shine a light down there, make sure it's all the way up. Should be, but it can be all the way down too, instead of that top dead center. If you don't see it in there, then you're not at top dead center, and you need to go around one more time. Oh, let me get a light. Alright, so I looked in there. This thing is too bright. There we go. Put it on darkest setting. And I've realized a very big mistake. And it's okay though. It will be fixed. It's just gonna take a tidbit of time to do. But that's another reason we gotta take off this head anyway. But I'm gonna show you why. It is a top dead center, so good deal. Okay, there's a little bit of water in there, and I gotta take it off, and I gotta oil it and do all this and make sure there is no rust whenever we finally get this sucker running. Alright, so why are we taking out the spark plug? The reason we're taking the spark plug out is to air test the valves. We have it at top dead center, so each of the valves should be completely closed. Okay, so I'm going to put the pressure back down at 25. We're ready. All right, it's coming out of the exhaust. If you can hear that, that's where it's coming from. That means that exhaust valve is bad. You're going to need 85 different sockets, by the way. I don't know why they made it that way, but they just did. You have 3 bolts up here. That's a 10, and I'm getting a call. So as I was saying, you got 3 bolts that'll be up here. This is like a motor mount. It's a 10 millimeter for those. Take those off. You probably won't need the 10 millimeter anymore. Except for this boot over here that goes from the carburetor onto the head. On the other side, there's a plate where you can see the the gear for your timing. That is a, what am I using? 5/16, and they're just 2 of those. There's a cat in here. Anyway, down here, just below this mount that I'm talking about with the 3 bolts on it, there's a bolt and a nut that you got to take off. They're both 12s, the bolt and the nut, but you're going to have to hold back up on the bolt to get the nut off, like so. And then you can get to your bolts on the back of your head. You can get to the 2 on, or I guess on the front. This would be the front going that way. Look what this cat did. Knocked all that crap down. And the oil dry. Oh my goodness. Alright. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. So yeah, just dumb freaking cat. Come on. How long can the battery last in the GoPro? By the way, the answer to that is not a lot. I was very disappointed with the battery life of the GoPro. So if you're thinking on getting one, definitely get a bunch. I have 3. I got the one it came with, and then I got like a 2 battery charging station with 2 batteries, and that was like $50. And it's not name brand batteries, but I don't know, they kind of last the exact same amount of time as, well, the regular ones. Where there's almost no light. And you're going to take this tube off, it goes from there to there. Take that off, put it to the side. You're going to take your 5/16, which I've already lined out. Yeah, 5/16. There are 2 bolts. There's one there, one there. And you can get inside of this inspection cover. You're not going to want, if you're going to send this sucker off to a machine shop, you're not going to want to put the bolts back in the head. You know, like I was saying on taking it off and putting it back, taking off bolts and putting it back so you won't have many laying out. Can't really do that with this because there's a chance that the machine shop will lose the bolts. This is a 12. I was right. There are 2 bolts. Take them out. And there are 10. Slide that sucker out. All it is just a spring. Be careful with this chain. It's important that it does not fall in there and get kinked. You're going to grab yourself some Allens. I don't know what size. Everybody has one of these, and usually the size that you need is always gone. Just in case it ever does happen, they sell these boots on eBay, stuff like that. So if it does ever get cracked, that will cause a running issue. I've learned that on my Polaris. That was an issue on it. Okay, so I don't think I've said it yet, but the bolts on the actual head itself is a 14. This is right after I took the boot off that was connecting the carburetor up to it. So you got 4 bolts on top. They're torqued 25 foot-pounds in a series. And actually, I think there are 2 bolts that I forgot about on the other side there are. So you're going to grab a tin. These two bolts right here. And this is a two-piece deal, if I remember correctly. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's one full piece. Hammer. I may seem like I'm complaining, and I am. You want something to go so smooth, and stuff keeps coming up, man. Every single time. Every time. And I think it's because I just forgot how to do this. I'll take it off. It's that easy. It's that easy. Take it off. No big deal. Take that out. Set that to the side. Then you can finally get this off. Set that to the side. Probably put packing crap in there. Slide it to the front and get it out. This, let's see, what can you see? This is the head. Right here. It sits like that. Your exhaust is connected over here. And if we look at the valve, I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, it looks fine. Looks. So, that'll conclude this video. This is, I gotta send this off to the machine shop, and the part 2 of this will come out whenever I make it. Alright, so y'all have a good week, and I'll probably come back, I don't know, whenever I go back to Shreveport and get it. Alright, see you later.